Yo, welcome back to LTTV. Thank you so much for joining me again here tonight. Once again, I have some good, juicy stuff to talk to y'all about this evening. But I do want to alert you that this discussion is not for children. So make sure you put your headset on because I have some things to say to you that are going to trigger you. They're going to inspire you, uplift you, but most of all, it's going to call you to action. So, this conversation is for authors, bloggers, poets, screenwriters, YouTubers, podcasters, all of those folks that we put under the umbrella of creatives, artists, people who love words, musicians, singers, performers. This is for people who you really need to be in a creative space in order to be able to create. I'm going to be talking to you tonight about something that I have created for you to help you on your journey to create and to also recreate again, right? Because you don't just create something once, you continue to create things. And so that's the purpose of us being here is to create. Okay, so who am I? Let me give you a little bit of information about me. My name is Latasha Jimerson. I'm also called Coach LT. I am a writing consultant. I am a self publishing expert. I am an author. I am a coach. I am a mom of three girls, and I am a human being. I am also the author of Your First Book Workbook. That, I believe, was my fifth or sixth book. I think I've written 10. I'm not sure. You'll have to go Google me and you'll have to search Amazon and Audible and a lot of different places because I have publications everywhere. I started writing articles on LinkedIn back in 2014, 2015 when I got bored as a teacher. Like I was at a school in 2015. It was like 2014, 2015, something like that. I was at a school that was a very, very small school. And so we had a very small student population, very small teacher unit. And there were times when students didn't show up. So sometimes our classes were empty, and sometimes our classes were full, and sometimes it was just unpredictable. And so I had a lot of free time. I had a lunchtime, plus I had a prep time. And so that block was like a 2 hour block. So I could really sit down during my lunch, which was attached to my prep. I could sit down for a whole 2 hour stretch and read and write and create. And so I was very lucky that year. It was a 2 year period where I was able to sit at my desk and really create some good stuff. And at that time, I wrote articles for LinkedIn. I created a blog. I started rewriting my resume, right? I started actually putting in for interviews for other jobs because I was just so bored. Um, it wasn't that I didn't have anything to do, but it was nothing stimulating and nothing exciting. Raise your hand if you are in a situation where you're like, I can just do this job in my sleep. I know this job like the back of my hand. Like, this is so boring. There's really nothing new here. Raise your hand if that's you. That was me for a while in teaching. And that was one of the reasons why I started investigating what it would look like for me to write a book and what it would feel like for me to put that book out into the world and have people read it. And so 2017 came around and I went ahead and put the book out, had a whole launch party and everything. I just did what I thought was good based on my own common sense. I didn't know anything about business or sales or marketing or anything. I just said, this kind of feels like my next logical step. Like I've always been very intuitive and very much in tune with what I need to do and what I'm comfortable with doing. And I don't really do well following other people's processes because my brain just works different. I'm a different person. And so for some of y'all that are feeling kind of like a weirdo, like that's me. Some of y'all that are kind of like, you look around and you see things in the world and you're like, no, that's not going to work for me. No, that's not how I operate. No, I don't even understand that. Like sometimes you look at stuff and you're like, I don't even understand how they're struggling with that. Like to me, it's just common sense. Or to me, it's just, why would you do it that way? This way is so much easier. Like if you're like that and you're attracted to me, you're probably in the right place because my brain is always thinking and planning and just coming up with all kinds of creative ideas. And so 2017, I put that book out. And then people started asking me, 2018, they started asking me, when are you going to write your next book? And I was like, what do you mean? When am I going to write my next book? I'm not an author, I'm a teacher. But I didn't realize that deep down inside of me, I actually am an author. I didn't realize that back then. I was kind of hiding. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about your hiding. And I want to encourage you to stop hiding because everybody can see you. You're not really hiding. Everyone can see you. Everyone sees your greatness and your ability. And everybody sees how amazing you are in real life. Like you think that people see all your flaws and they see all your mistakes and your errors. Honestly, nobody cares about that. People want to know, or people actually, they don't want to know this, but people have experienced this of you. They see your potential, they see what you have inside, and then they wonder, I wonder when he's actually going to realize how great he is. Or I wonder when she's actually going to realize that she's valuable. I wonder when she's actually going to start speaking and negotiating like a boss, right? I wonder when she's really going to step into her power and own her worth and demand her worth. Right? Like that's what people are sitting, they're looking at you, they're like, so don't get self-conscious if somebody's staring at you. I used to be self-conscious walking down the street and people looking at me. And then I realized, okay, I need to make the mental shift. I need to stop that. I need to remember that I'm a beautiful woman. People are going to look at me because I'm beautiful. I had to get out of my head and stop thinking, oh, is there something wrong? Like there's nothing wrong. People see your beauty. People see your intelligence. People see your greatness. And they're waiting for you to step the hell up and take it to the next level. That's why they're looking at you like, wow, what an interesting human being. Especially if you're a beautiful woman. People are waiting for you to actually like start doing something in the world that's really important, right? So stop hiding. Stop hiding. You're not serving anyone by staying in the house and closing the door, getting underneath the covers and being ashamed. There's no honor in that. And you may have some things to really be ashamed of. You may have done some things that you are not proud of. Someone may have done something to you that they should not have done. Okay. But go to therapy for that. Process that. Write in your journal. Talk to somebody about that. And don't let that affect the rest of your whole life, boo, because you have so many things to accomplish in this world. And so stop hiding. Okay. I want to just tell you that 2017 was the year that I decided to stop hiding. My book came out. I just started promoting it, talking about it, put it on Amazon, put it on Facebook. And then 2018, people started asking me, when are you going to write your next book? And I was like, I don't know. Then people started asking me, can you help me write my book? And I was like, what? That really flipped my wig, because I was like, how? Like, I figured it out. I Googled it. Like, doesn't everybody Google stuff? Like, can't you just Google it? But I found out quickly that people didn't know how to do it, and they were just lazy. They didn't want to do it, or it was just like a concept that was so big. For me, a book is a project, and I love projects. I love to break them down, put them together, and do that kind of stuff. Even as a teacher, I would have my students in groups, table groups, all over the room, all over the classroom. And I would put things on the table like puzzles or games or whatever. And they would have to work together to solve the puzzle, or they would create a project, and the project was due at the end of the week or at the end of the month, or definitely at the end of the trimester. I always had a project due at the end of the trimester. It's big. Instead of a final exam, instead of an essay or anything like that, it was always something tangible that they could build with their hands and see with their eyes and take a picture of it and show it to their family and be so proud because look, they built something, they created a project. So now that I'm out here in the business world, my clients build a tangible project, which is normally their memoir. Memoirs are my favorite. They're close to my heart because my first book was a memoir. So I always go back to my first love. And I talk to people about, you probably need to write a memoir first. That's why I specialize in the first book. Okay. You always remember the first time you did something, it's a hot mess. It's ridiculous. It's a little ghetto, right? And it's okay. It's a sloppy copy. If you go back to Amazon or go to Google, type in my name, Latasha Jimerson, and you look at anything that I did in 2017, 18, 19, those books were a hot mess. And you know what? I don't even care. I'm not going to have them redone. I thought about it. I was like, I should have them redone and rebranded and do. No, I want you to see where I started. I want you to see the mess. I want you to see the rough version before I was able to hire a team, before I was able to have clients and coach people and support clients with their clients. I want you to see the beginning of the journey. And so, for those of you that are content creators, authors, writers, speakers, coaches, and you feel like, damn, I haven't really created anything in a while, it's time for you to come out of the closet and start creating something new. You get bored if you don't create something new, right? That's one of the reasons why people keep having babies, because they feel like, oh, this is going to bring us closer together because you're creating something together and you're working as a team, and it's so awesome. And it's so amazing when you're in it. And then when those kids grow up and they leave, you're looking at that person like, oh, I don't really like you no more. It was fun while we were in it, but now we're out of it. And yeah, this ain't really working for me no more. We ain't vibing like that, right? You got to be in creative mode. This is why it's so exciting when you first start the business. You have the business idea, and it's like, yay, this is going to be so awesome and amazing. And then you find out that you actually have to sell and you actually have to have people to buy. Then it's like, oh, this ain't fun. I thought I was just going to be able to put a product together and people buy it. Like, no. So you constantly have to reinvent yourself, recreate something. And guess what? You have to recreate yourself. You have to pivot because the market changes. I'm pretty sure you know the market changes because we're in a market shift right now. The market has shifted multiple times over the past 2 to 3 quarters. And so you need to be paying attention to what's going on because the thing that you control is not AI. The thing that you control is not the economy. The thing that you control is not your product. It's not your service. The thing that you control is your mindset and your skill set and the way that you show up to the marketplace. That's what you control. Your attitude, your energy, your vibe, what you give to people is you. This is you, your brand. You are the face of your brand. You are the voice of your product. If you don't love it and use it and buy it, nobody else will. You got to get high off your own supply. I love what I do. My being is all wrapped up inside of my purpose. And I can do this all day long because it's me. You got to be sold on you. Otherwise, nobody else will. So I do have some notes that I am going to go over, and then I have an offer for you because some of y'all, you really, it's going to take you some months to actually absorb what I'm teaching you today. It's going to take you some months because some of you are so hard-headed that you don't listen. And some of you are so distracted that you don't hear me. So you either you won't listen to me, you won't hear me, or you'll straight up ignore me. And that's okay. I love you too. I love you from over here. But here's what I want you to do. While you're here, while you're listening, I want you to grab a paper and a pen, and I want you to do some things for me. Okay. I want you to take some notes right now because there really is only one reason why you are still hiding. There's one reason why you are not creating the things that you said you were going to create in 2025. Remember last July when you said you were going to do something in 2025? Remember December when you said you were going to do something in January? Remember March of this year when you said you were going to do something? Oh, the first quarter's over. I'm going to do something in the second quarter. Remember when you said that and you lied? You lied. You lied because you didn't do a damn thing that you were supposed to do. I've been on the phone lately with people in my community, some of my previous clients that have come back. We've been having some really good, juicy conversations, and I'm doing market research right now. I am in the process of writing 2 more books, actually, because I got on a call the other day with a ghostwriter, and I was like, oh man, you just made it super crystal clear that I need to hire you now so I can start writing my second memoir. Because I wrote my first memoir in 2017. I need to start writing the second memoir now. And this particular ghostwriter opened up my eyes and made me realize that, oh, I need to get that done now. And I need to work with them because they're going to write it because I'm too busy to write it right now. So I just had that epiphany. So I'm working on 2 books right now. And it's a lot, but it's fun. I can just write books in my sleep. I could write a book in a weekend. Like that's how I have a framework and a system, and I use my framework and my system to push books out quickly. But what's really exciting this year is that I am on the phone doing market research with people who have worked with me before. And I'm going back and I'm asking questions that I didn't know to ask before. And I'm collecting a bunch of data. And they're also giving me ideas on things that I can create. So we're literally co-creating. The people who are in my community, some of them have worked with me personally. Some of them have been referral partners and strategic partners and event planners and stuff like that. I have people in my world. started out with just teachers, and then it expanded to all kinds of other creatives. And so now I have a network of people who represent all different walks of life all over the world in all different types of industries. So I'm on the phone a lot now, really just listening and taking notes. I've got tons of notes, y'all, tons of notes, stuff that I'm going to share with y'all tonight. Got this, I got this, I got that. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to share. So this may be a long video. So just take notes because I'm long-winded, but it's juicy stuff that's really going to help you in your life. It's going to help you in your whole life. Okay, not just your business life. This is going to help your entire life because what I do affects your entire life. Okay, so here's what I want to say. I've been on the phone with people, and what I'm learning is that human beings only have one reason why they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so I talk to people who are writing books, and these are creative people that love to write, but they're doing everything else except writing. Like what? People who love to read, but they're doing everything else other than reading right now. Okay. I work and I'm on the phone with people who love to speak. They're professional paid speakers. And for some reason, they're doing everything else in the world except for speaking. Okay. And they will make excuses. All these are excuses. I'm gonna call you out right now. I'm just gonna let you know these are all excuses. And if you've been on the phone lately with me, and I'm sharing some of the stuff that you said, no shade, no judge. I'm gonna nudge you. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna nudge you to actually take action and get out of excuse making mode because I know what it's like because I was in it for a long time. I was pregnant for 12 years with my first book. I made a lot of excuses and I had a lot of issues. And I had to go get support for all those issues before I could actually push and get the things done that I wanted to get done. So I talked to one author. She has a book she already wrote it. And now she just needs to put it on Amazon. There's actually like 5 people right now that I was on the phone with recently that have that same problem. They already wrote the book. It's already ready. They just need somebody to help them put it on Amazon. And for some reason, they just can't seem to do that. It's just so hard. There's like 5 people that right now that are in my world that are stuck at that part. And I'm like, you do know that that's a service that I offer, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, I know. I think I can just do it myself. Oh, okay. Have fun with that. Right. And I did it. I put the book on Amazon myself. And then I regretted it later because it was a hot freaking mess. But you got to let people learn. You got to let people make their own mistakes and do what they do. Right. I've also been on the phone with people who don't have the book written yet. They have support, but they're not leaning in on those resources and they're just trying to do it themselves and they're not getting anything done because they're just afraid to open up their mouth and ask for help. And then I have a group of people that I've been on the phone with who haven't even started. It's just up here. It's up here, here, and here in the belly. And they can't even get it onto the paper. And all these people have the same issue. It's either writer's block, procrastination, or imposter syndrome. And those 3 big issues all are rooted in the same soil, the same spoiled soil that is fear. The root cause of all of that confusion is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of being embarrassed and being humiliated, fear of being judged and critiqued, fear of abandonment, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of success. Those are the people that I deal with. The high achieving overachievers, the overthinkers, the people who are the first in the family to do anything good, right? The first in the family to not really do anything good, but the first in the family to put the family on the map. I'll say that way. The first one in the family to give the family name something big, like, whoa, whoa, they did something, right? They went way out on their comfort zone. Those are the folks that I work with best. And those are the people who struggle the most with imposter syndrome, because they feel like, uh-oh, I've been successful in all these other areas. Now there's so much pressure on me to be the best author. And I don't know what author is, because there's no school yet that teaches you how to be a successful author. That's where I come in. There's no place to go where you can sit down and take a class on being a successful author. That's not in existence yet. That's something that I'm still giving birth to and co-creating with my clients. So I'm just going to talk to you directly, because I know you're watching me. You've been watching me for a long time. You just still haven't said anything. You are not creating right now. You are not in a creative headspace right now, because you are allowing fear to stop you, and you are making excuses, and you are saying that there's so many distractions in your life, and you may be raising kids. You may be working a 9-to-5 job and have a side hustle. You may be going through health problems. You may be in a whole hot mess. You may be living in a space where you don't have any privacy and there's just lots of stuff going on all the time. You may be working in a toxic work environment. I was working in a toxic work environment for years, and I had a bunch of health problems, and I was raising 3 kids at the same time and had multiple side hustles all over the place. And my kids were in sports, like really seriously physically demanding sports that had tournaments all the time. So we were always doing all this, and it was always like, anxiety through the roof, survival mode, and all that kind of stuff. That chaos is where my first memoir was created, amidst all that chaos, all that drama. Okay. So there really is no excuse for why you're not creating what you're supposed to be creating. There is no excuse. So when you say, I don't have time, you have 24 hours just like the rest of us. When you say, I don't have money, there's so many ways out here to make money. It's ridiculous. There's so many apps. There's so many driving jobs that you can do, grocery jobs that you can do, braiding hair. Like, there's so many ways for you to make money. It's just ridiculous. And I know somebody's going to say, but the job market, you need to upgrade your skills. If you ain't got no skills to pay your bills, that is your problem. Go back to school. Go get a degree, get a license, get a certification, do something with your life, do something with your time to where you can go earn money. And these days, you don't even need a job to make money. You need a skill set that solves someone's problem. And it needs to be a problem that somebody's actually going to pay you to solve. Okay. So go talk to somebody about that. Go get a mentor. But don't make excuses of why you can't write your book, why you can't sit down and create your online course, why you can't get your podcast started, get your YouTube channel started. All of these things are very creative things, and you must have the energy to do these things. This is a Very physically demanding job. Being a creator, it demands your brain, your entire being. It's a mind body connection. You got to be Zen Buddha. You got to be real solid in your skills in order to be successful at this job. So you need to start prioritizing your own life, because if you don't, nobody's ever going to take you seriously. You need to get back onto the things that are common sense. Your diet. Okay? You need to be drinking water. You need to be drinking 5 of these a day. I don't even know how much water this is. I don't even measure anymore. I just know I need to be drinking before 10 o'clock. This whole thing needs to be gone and I need to be filling it up again. Okay. I don't know, 5 of these, 10 of these, whatever you want to do, but you need to be drinking water, hydrating. You need to drink some tea. Okay. Drink some tea. Helps your voice. Okay. You need to be going to bed on time. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Anytime after midnight, there's nothing good happening after midnight. So stop it. Okay. Drink your water, drink your tea, go to bed on time, get up, eat a good breakfast or fast in the morning. Sometimes I fast in the morning. Fast in the morning or have a shake. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, do that. Okay. Go back to that. Whenever you had good habits in your life, if you ever did, go back to the good habits. If you never had good habits, I want you to Google that and use AI for that. What are some of the good habits that I can develop in my life so that I can be successful? Journal every morning. I call it a brain dump. You need to dump out the head trash. You have head trash from other people, not even from you. It's not even your fault sometimes. You just picked up a bunch of head trash from somebody else. Okay, so take it out. Take out the head trash, put it in the on the paper, and then rip it up. After you write it, rip it up, throw it in the trash. Okay? You have garbage in here that needs to come out on a daily basis. You brush your teeth every day. You take a shower every day. I hope you put on deodorant every day. So you need to go back to those healthy habits, those common sense habits to take care of your mind, body, and soul, and become a parent for yourself. If you're over 18, you are now your own parent. Congratulations. You control your bedtime. And if you don't, you better figure out a way how to do it. You control how much screen time you have. If you're on your phone all day, you control that. And there's different little apps where you can tell yourself, oh, it's bedtime now. You can do that. You should not be on the screen of other than 3 hours or 4 hours, whatever it is. For me, it's the volume. I have my headset on when I go outside and I go for a walk. And on my phone, if I have the volume too high, it says, you're at a dangerous level for the volume being too high on your ears. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And I just turn it down. Thank you. I didn't even set that, but it's protecting me, right? Use AI to help you get your life on track. Stop being distracted and allowing yourself to be distracted and not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Just do it. Okay? Now, that might sound simple. Just do it, right? If it was that easy, everybody would do it. I have some tips for you. Okay? I have an offer for you because I know that you need support in these areas. Okay? If you are trying to lose weight, go to somebody who can help you lose weight. Go to a weight loss coach. Go to a wellness coach. Okay. Get that in order. Your health is your wealth. If you are physically not feeling well, you're not going to be able to ever create anything good. Nothing good can be created out of chaos within your mind, body, and soul. If you're in survival mode and you're stressed out and your heart rate is up and you're triggered by everything, like you're not going to create anything because your ideas aren't going to flow. So get yourself into a routine where you can calm down, relax, get your nervous system under control, and be able to create. Okay. So if you know you need a whole new wellness routine, go get a wellness coach. If your relationships are a hot mess, go to therapy. Talk to your therapist about whatever's going on in your between you and your children, between you and your parents, between you and your spouse, whatever's happening around you in your world with different people. Get help with that. Okay? If you're at work and you're having issues at work, go to human resources. I've had to do that multiple times. I've had to write reports and I've gotten people fired. I've been the reason why people have resigned because of different things happening at work, and I documented it and they took care of it. Stop making stuff hard. Like, just do what you need to do. All right. If somebody's messing with you, document, and you may need to go to court. Do it. Stop hesitating and letting all these things pile up on you. It's not good for your health. Okay. If you need something in terms of spirituality, everyone has their own rituals, routines, and practices for spirituality. I'm going to tell you right now, whatever your beliefs are, get with a body of believers that believe what you believe, because it's very, very comforting. Whatever faith you are, that's on you. Whatever your faith is, but you need to put your faith in something, and you need to be around a body of believers who you can lean on when your faith is low, because you're going to get scared, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get confused, because life is that way and you're a human being, and human beings need each other. We need each other. Okay? We need to be in community, in fellowship with people who are like-minded. Yes, we need to spend time with people who are also not like-minded, but we need to have designated time to be with people who can support us and lean into us and pour into us with their words. And sometimes you just need people to just sit next to you and just have some food, right? Sometimes that's all you need. Just go sit down, have some food, talk, and then go home, and you're okay for a little bit. And sometimes you really need to go to have somebody lay hands on you, right? I go to church, I go up to the front for prayer, and I say, hey, could you please pray for me? I tell them exactly what to pray for. They pray. I give them a hug. Okay. And then guess what? I go home. I feel 15 pounds lighter. Like, whoo, I let that off my chest, right? Some of us feel like we can't trust people, and that's on you. There has to be one or two or three people in the world that you can trust, because all this heaviness stuff that's been inside of your soul bottled up, that has to go. And when people pray for you, contrary to popular belief, when you get with a real prayer warrior that prays for you, those people don't even really remember what you told them, honestly. I've gone to people a couple weeks later and I come back and I'm like, remember you prayed for me? That was so helpful. Thank you so much. Let me tell you how it worked out. And they're like, what? I prayed for you? Really? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Because people really don't care that much about your problems, because they got their own. They're not worried about you. So stop being embarrassed about, oh, I don't want to. Let people know. Pick one or two or three people. Let them know what your problems are. Let them know what's keeping you up at night and ask them for prayer. Sometimes that's all you need to do. And then you can, you breathe. Okay. You ever see people who just kind of like float around and they're never really worried about anything? They just kind of fly around like a fairy, like, oh, those people are called children. And they ain't got no bills and they ain't got no fears, right? No, those people generally don't hold on to things. They let stuff out, right? Your spirit, your mind, body, soul, you need to release stuff. You can't hold on to stuff. And that's why I encourage you to write. Writing is therapy. Writing is so healing. And if you get to the point where you start writing once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, your life is never going to be the same, because you are going to really start to see, oh my gosh, look at these ideas. Oh my gosh. And you are going to start to be so impressed by yourself. You're going to look at things that you wrote last week and be like, you're going to be like, that was brilliant. You're going to be like, who, what, when? Quick story. I graduated college in 1998. I went to Grambling State University. Go GSU. Graduated, got a degree in history, and I got a degree in criminal justice. Those two. Okay, double major. I left college and I went to law school 1999. Did 1 semester, hated it, dropped out. Okay. Changed the whole plan at the last minute. I didn't know I was not going to like law school. Applied to teacher college, and I didn't know if I was going to like it. I was kind of like, teachers don't make a lot of money. You can't pay me enough to work with them bad kids. Like, I had all these excuses why I wasn't supposed to be a teacher. Man, I walked into that university, applied for teacher college, went in there, signed up for one class. They had me pick up a piece of paper, read it. They made me go up straight to the board, to the whiteboard, and they turned on a camera and they recorded me at the board teaching something that I had no idea what I was teaching. Like, they gave me the information that day. Went up to that board, did the lesson, sat back down. They played the tape. I watched it. I was like, say what? What you talking about, Willis? I looked at myself teaching. I was like, damn, she is bad. I was like, who is that woman? I didn't even recognize myself because I didn't know that was going to be my zone of genius. I was like, damn, she's good. You go, girl. I was like, shoot, I wish I could take you home with me. Like, go, girl. It was miraculous what I saw. I was like, oh my God, I'm really a good teacher. So then I had to enroll in the whole program. I had to get the whole certification. I had to get into the classroom. And here I am now after 20 years of teaching. Wow, I'm so glad that I stopped going to law school, went to teacher college, did the whole teaching career, and now I'm out here doing this, which is very similar to what I was doing in the classroom, but now I get to do this on my own terms. I'm still helping people with their writing. I'm still making people write 5-paragraph essays and critiquing every line. Like, I'm still doing that. I'm still marking up the papers with the red pen. But I'm doing this in my own university, which I'm going to invite you to in just a second. I'm doing this with clients that pay me instead of students that don't. So I really, really want you to start taking yourself seriously. I really want you to own your craft. I really want you to start writing again. And I want you to really take it seriously. I want you to build a room in your house that's just for writing. And I want you to soundproof that room. And I want you to protect that room. And I want you to let people know that that is your space where you create and you build your legacy, because that's what it's about. It's not about you. It's not about your kids. It's about your kids' kids who are going to remember you for what you wrote years ago. So start taking it serious, because you don't know what your memory is going to be like next year. You don't know what if your hands are going to be able to write next year. You don't know, especially if you're like me. I'll be 50 next year. So when you get to this point in your life, you got to be grateful for every moment of the day, because anything can happen. You can lay down and take a nap and wake up and be paralyzed on one side. You can go to bed and think that you're going to wake up the next day and not. You just don't know. It's unpredictable. With us people over 40, like we got to get up and stretch, because our joints and stuff, like we get up and for no reason, there's a pain somewhere for no reason, just because we getting old, right? Like, you're not getting younger, y'all. Even the kids, if there's kids, there shouldn't be kids in here listening to this, because I actually anticipated using a few cuss words in here today, but I didn't. So that's good. So technically, I guess your kids could watch this. But when I start talking about this type of thing, I get really animated and I start using cuss words, because I gotta bring it home. I gotta make this point about y'all making y'all excuses. You're so deep into your excuses. You need to get up out of these excuses and stop giving reasons why you can't, and start thinking of reasons why you can, right? Just stop. And so I don't think I have to cuss y'all out tonight. So that's great. That's awesome. All right. So let me get into this offer, because I have something for you guys that I've created. It is my 5-day challenge, which is coming up. Ooh, I got to tell you this. Okay. Yeah, I got to tell you this. So my 5-day challenge is coming up July 15th through the 20th. Very important. This 5-day challenge, I've done this for multiple years in a row. And we usually do it once or twice a quarter, depending on the demand. So this cohort has 25. It will be the biggest cohort that we've had. Okay, so I'm excited about that. Not only is this cohort a larger cohort, it's a mix, because I have teacher friends, I have course creators, content creators, I have church ministers, I have coaches, consultants, experts, I have public speakers that are going to be in the room. Because I'm a part of so many different communities, like networking communities and speaker communities. And I've got people that plan retreats, that host retreats in other countries. So this is a potpourri. It's a sprinkling of all my friends, because my clients are my friends and family members, right? Because we love being around each other, because we're so creative. And when we get into a space, we're like buzzing. You're going to see us. You're going to see us buzzing, because our ideas are coming to life, and we're inspiring each other. We're motivating each other. We're lifting each other up. We're excited. We're enthusiastic. We're real. None of this is fake. This is nothing fake here. This is all natural high from loving life and being in your purpose on purpose. This is all what this aroma here is what happens when you really own who you are and you step into your creativity. This is what it looks like. And the people in my tribe, in my community, they create the most amazing things when they're in the room with each other. Like, it's a pajama party. Let me just put it that way. It's a pajama party on Zoom. That's what we do. Because we just have fun. We let go of all the restraints and we talk about whatever we want to talk about. Some stuff is, it's all confidential, but it's just fun. So this cohort starts on July 15th through the 20th. There's going to be 25 people in the room. Okay. I'm so excited because I'm rolling out my irresistible offer. It's something that I've been creating, I've been building, I've been fine tuning, I've been putting this together, and I've been getting a lot of help from the authors that are in my community. So I'm so proud and excited to give birth to this baby because so many different people have helped me along the way. And you guys are going to see your fingerprints all over this university that I'm creating. You're going to see so many things. And you're going to be like, ooh, we talked about that. I remember we were on the phone. I remember we were on the Zoom. We dreamed about that. And now it's the reality that you're going to see. Everything that I've been building over the past 8 years is finally coming into the real world. You are finally going to get to see in full 3D what I've been creating, what's been in my belly. And I'm so proud of it. And I'm so excited about it. So what I want you to do is jump into this challenge that we're having July 15th through the 20th. It's a 5-day challenge. It's going to be the best challenge I've ever done because I'm teaching so many different skills to pay your bills. Okay. The first thing I'm going to jump into on day 1 is the author identity. There is an identity that you need to accept when you become an author. You need to make a shift. You need to talk like an author. You need to smell like an author. You need to eat like an author. You need to be serious. You need to have a whole uniform on. You need to have an attitude and a swag. Like, there's a whole thing that I'm going to reveal to you that officially makes you an author. You have to step up and step out and really become something different than what you have been in your life. Okay, so that's day 1. I'm going to be teaching you how to become an author, speak like an author, and be an author, right? Look like an author. Like, there is a whole identity. So that's day 1, okay? The author identity is day 1. Day 2, we are going to dig deep into your topic. We are going to talk about, does your topic make sense? Will anybody pay to read about your topic? Is it actually the topic that you should be writing about? Are you the expert on that topic? You think so? Let's find out. Okay. That's day 2, because some of y'all think that you're an expert on a certain topic, but that's not even the topic that you should be writing about. That's not even the topic that people want to know. Let me give you an example. My first book was a memoir about my life. It was pretty good. People liked it. It was all right. Second book was about parenting, because at that time I had the 3 kids and I was in the midst of it, like knee deep in it. So I wrote about it. Then my next book was about being a busy career mom and how to figure out self-care. So that's what that was about. The next book was about teaching, how to teach when you're stressed. Okay. And then what else? I wrote another book about something else. And every year I would ask, I was producing a book every year. And I would ask every year, what do my readers want now? And I wouldn't create anything that they didn't want. So there's a bunch of different books. And what I realized after my 5th book was that, yeah, people thought my life story was interesting, but not really. Yeah, they wanted to learn about parenting, but not really. Yeah, people kind of wanted to know about self-care, but not really. What people really wanted to learn from me was, how the hell did you write a book in 90 days? That's what people really wanted to know. So I was like, oh, I need to write a book about how to write a book in 90 days. And so that's where you see underneath my name, your first book workbook. That's the moneymaker. That's the topic. I didn't know that until I started looking at my clients and asking them questions. What do you want to learn from me? What do you want to know? Turns out I'm a self-publishing expert because I've done the 10,000 hours. I've read the books. I've done the research. I've put it into practice. I have the testimonials. I have the receipts. So day 2, we're going to find out what you really know and what you think you know, because the market's going to tell you what they want from you. Okay. You might be an expert on 3 different topics. There's only one that people actually are going to buy from you. And so we're going to talk about that on day 2. Day 3 is going to be all about the peer review, baby. You got to get your stuff peer reviewed. And on day 3, you're going to get an accountability partner. Actually, it's going to be accountability group, because we're going to have enough people to have little mini cohorts within the cohort. Can you tell I'm super excited about this? Like, this is making my teacher brain go, this group is fire. This group is really fire. Whew. All right. So day 3 is all about the peer review. So you guys are going to sit down with each other and you're going to really give each other some feedback on what it is that you have done, okay, during the challenge. Day 4 is all about putting your information in the form of an outline, a structured process, step-by-step outline. That is the core of my signature framework, is putting it into an outline. That's the container that your book is going to go into to make it pop. Okay. That's day 4. Day 5 is now that you have content and we've peer reviewed it and it's structured, organized outline. Where do we want to go to publish this now? Okay. Should we put this on a site? Should we put this on Amazon? Should we put this on, should this be a blog? Should it be a podcast? Should it be an online course? See, people come in to the challenge and they think they're going to write a book. They think they're going to publish a book. Some people come out with something completely different. And so that is the fun of the challenge. We never know what's going to happen. Okay. We never know what's going to happen. But what we do know is that you will have tangible results. You will have some mindset shifts. You will have data, because we're also going to talk about AI, and I'm going to teach you how to use AI for your market research to find out how to solidify that topic, how to tighten up your outline, how to give it a great title that's going to go bling, bling, right? Because all titles were not created equally. You need to have a title and a subtitle, and we're going to talk about that. So many good things. You're going to come in with some sloppy copies, some rough drafts. We're going to work on them, and they're going to turn into something really beautiful. And at the end of the week, you're going to have something to sell or not. It's up to you. But my framework is there. My workbook is there, and the resources are there. My team and I are in place, and we're ready to help you. We're ready to support you. So there's 3 levels. Let me go into my teacher mode again now. There's 3 levels, okay? So let me create, I'm going to show you, this is what I did in the classroom. I would make all these little foldable, what do they call these? Graphic organizers. Hold on, let me go turn off my alarm. All right. Sorry about that. Went to turn off my alarm and got distracted. See? Squirrel. I do it too. Okay. So this is a graphic organizer to describe what it is that is going to happen during the 5-day challenge. Okay. So for those of you that some of y'all signed up already over the weekend, I had a holiday special. And if you're an author, you should always do a holiday special for every holiday, okay? Because it just gets people excited and it gets people, to do stuff. All right. So over the weekend, some of y'all took advantage of the coupon code that I gave out. And some of y'all got into the 5-day challenge for free. Free 99, free is for me, right? Some of y'all missed the boat. Okay. So it's okay. You missed the boat. You're still going to be able to get into the challenge, but you got to pay. General admission, $49. Okay. Get into the challenge. You're going to be in the Facebook group. You're going to be on Zoom with me. Okay. You also get a workbook. I'm giving everybody a workbook because this workbook is a brand new workbook that I'm actually updating tonight because there's some things that I just learned in the past couple weeks that I need to update and put into that workbook. See, when you're an author and you're self-published, you can update your content anytime you want and you can republish it. It's the beauty of being a self-published author because you can just do it. And once you have these skills, you can always just publish stuff, right? So that's what I'm teaching. Okay. $49 is the general admission that gets you into the private Facebook group. It also gets you into the Zoom room that we're going to be in on the 15th through the 20th. You're going to come to class. You're going to listen to me talk. I'm going to share some stories with you. I have a couple friends that are going to come in as guest experts. Can't wait for that. Not going to make any announcements about that yet. But anyway, get into the challenge. The $49 is just going to get your foot in the door. Okay. That's general. Now, for those of y'all that are like, I need more than that. We've got VIP. Okay. VIP is $149. You get to come into the class, which is a portal. We've got a class portal going on. You get a group. You get an accountability group, not a partner. You get multiple people to help you out with this challenge. You get to come into the Zoom room and you also get some coursework. I have some bonus coursework for you for VIPs who are like, you know what? I like being in the program, but I really need more support, right? I need more than just the ability to go into a Facebook group. Like I need a course classroom with a group of people that are going to be there to help me, right? Like if I can't get the teacher and I can't get the teacher's assistant, like I need a group of people who can come around me and support me with these questions because I got questions, okay? VIP is also, if you have questions before class, I'm going to open up class an hour early so you can come in and get your questions answered before we start the general session. Okay. The general session is going to be, well, I'll announce the times once you get in because you don't need this information if you ain't coming in. Okay. So that's general and that's VIP. Some of y'all are like, I still need more help. Okay. So here we go. I created platinum for you. Some of y'all need to be on the phone with me every day during the 5 days of the challenge because you're distracted. Squirrel, right? Like I just got distracted over there. No shade, no judgment. $249 is platinum for those of y'all that need a morning wake up call every day during the challenge, all 5 days. Hey, this is your coach. Are you up? Are you brain dumping? What are you doing? Send me a picture. I have a client right now who benefited from that. It was so cool because she would have trouble getting started in the morning. So I called her every morning. I was like, hey, how you doing? And sometimes I would be on my morning walk. So I would FaceTime her and say, hey, how you doing? And she's like, thank you, coach. because sometimes you need somebody to call you and check up on you and be like, hey, get up. Hey, pattern interrupt. Like, what are you doing? Like, squirrel, So platinum members, you get a phone call from me every morning. Hey, it's time to get up. Hey, did you do your brain dump? Okay, go ahead and do your brain dump. Take about 15 minutes and then send me a picture of the brain dump and I'll be happy to give you feedback. That's for platinum members. I have a girlfriend who we go all the way back to middle school. We met when I was 12 and she was 11 or something like that. And I was on the phone with her the other day. She's getting ready to come out with a catering business. She already has a catering business, but she's getting ready to come out with a book to promote her catering business. And so I was on the phone with her over the weekend and we were having so much fun. And I was like, girl, what do you want to put on this menu? Because I'm a foodie and she's a foodie and we could talk about food for hours. But anyways, I was like, okay, come on, let's beef up your business, right? Let's beef up your business by creating this book, which will include your menu. You can put your prices in there. We were just brainstorming and vibing, right? And she's like, I've been wanting to do this. And I'm like, I know, that's why I'm here. Let's do this. And she's like, I just keep getting distracted. I said, okay, look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sit on this phone with you for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to mute myself and I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to give you a writing task and I want you to do it while I'm on the line. And she's like, okay. So I gave her two prompts and I had her write on the front and write on the back of the page. And I just put the phone down and muted myself. I was like, all right, you got 10 minutes, go. And she wrote for 10 minutes. And then I unmuted myself and I said, okay, how did that feel? She's like, oh, okay, I got this. I said, okay, read what you wrote. Share with me what you wrote. Tell me what are your ideas. And that was good. I was like, hey, I felt good. She felt good. I felt good. I was like, hey, this is what I do all day. This is the joy of teaching and learning. This is my gift. This is me in my zone of genius. And so that phone call represented us sitting down, connecting as girlfriends, but also doing some coaching because there were some things that she had been wanting to write down that she hadn't been writing down. And that was the 10-minute space. It was only 10 minutes. That was the space that I created for her to get that done. And so for you, you've been wanting to do some things, but you just haven't yet. You've been wanting to write some stuff and just get organized and structured and really just get your life in order, right? You've been wanting to do that. And so it's time for you to come into the challenge. It's time. You don't need any more confirmation. You don't need any more details. If you're still watching this and you're like, I got to do this, get into the challenge. Get your foot in the door. Let me go back over the options again because the coupon has expired. So now y'all got to pay. General, $49. That's the Facebook group and the Zoom. $149 is VIP. You have the course portal with the group, the Zoom meeting, and the coursework. Okay. Platinum is everything here. Plus you get a phone call from me. Hey, what you doing? Where is your brain dump? Where's your journal? Take a picture of it. Show it to me right now. Okay. That's platinum. Okay. That's it. If you have any questions, reach out to me here. I am everywhere. I'm all over the place, including Google. So just send me a message and say, hey, I have a question, or hey, I have a friend. Oh, for those of you that refer a friend, I'm doing profit sharing. So anyone that you refer to me that goes with VIP or platinum, it's a 50-50 split. And I'm only offering this for the next 5 days. So grab your friends, especially if you know you want to be VIP, And if you're already in the challenge, I will upgrade you to VIP if you send me a friend. Okay. So send me a friend. Send me somebody who you know needs to sit down and get this type of structured environment so that they can write something. And you will be rewarded with a 50-50 split profit sharing. And this is the only time that I'm going to do this because I normally only do like a 10% commission. But hey, I'm feeling generous. And generosity has always been rewarded with blessings. It's just been my life experience. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's all I have for y'all tonight. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but hey, I'll be back again tomorrow with more information about what we're doing with our challenge. I hope that you are really inspired to actually do something. I hope that you didn't just sit here and waste an hour and just kind of daydream the whole time. Um, I like to do these trainings at night because I want you to sleep on this. I want you to think about this. And I really want you to wake up tomorrow morning and do a brain dump for real. Even if you don't join the challenge, do a brain dump and just see how you feel about it. Do a brain dump now. You have nothing to lose except for all the stinking thinking thoughts that you have and all the negative Nancy comments that pop up in your head. Let that stuff go. You don't own that. That doesn't belong to you unless you decide that it does. All right. Okay. That's all I got. Y'all have a good evening. Don't forget to sign up for the challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow.